Hey guys, what's going on? Funkymusic here. Get a lot of questions always about, hey Funky, how can I get into a really good guild on Warmane? It always seems like wherever I apply, I get denied and blah blah blah. Um, there's two things I always see people doing. Number one, they're usually not. Um, they're trying to apply to guilds that they have no way of getting into. I mean, their gear is just horrendous, or their answers are just horrendous. Unfortunately, for a lot of people who don't speak English, it's very hard sometimes to understand some other people because the server is so diversified with the people who play on it that you might want to end up looking for a way to try to communicate that as best as possible in your application, because sometimes it is very hard to read. But just from being an application moderator for Aurora for however many years as an officer, I can say that there's a few things you probably want to do. Number one, make sure you know the boss fights. That's really important. If you do plan on applying to these other guilds, make sure you know the boss fights and can describe it in detail. The more detail you put in an application, the better it is going to look, regardless of gear score. But if you still can't find yourself getting into that top tier guild that you want to get to, or that place you want to go, guys, you got to start off low. Um, you got to start somewhere, and you're better off just starting with a guild, farming and farming and farming, working your way up the ladder to a better guild, a better guild, a better guild, until you reach that, that guild or whatever, that place you're comfortable where you want to be at in gaming, rating wise. I know I had to do that in retail, rating with the US guild that I rated with. I started off like 4 guilds below them and worked my way up to their guild. And that's happened everywhere. And once you get up there and you've been raiding for a while and people know who you are or know that you have the experience, it pretty much becomes, it's a lot easier to apply to other guilds. So just keep that in mind. If you're really, I always get, for whatever reason, people ask me this all the time, so I figured I'd make a video about it. Just, you got to work your way up. Just like anything else, you got to work your way. Even people who fully donate give some crazy answers that just don't make any sense, and they just don't understand the fight. That you can copy and paste things from Google about boss fights, but some things may be different here on Warmane, or specific things that maybe the guides on Google don't cover, that people in applications want to know the answer to. So it's easy to kind of spot the gear score heroes, even if you look up their achievements and whatnot. So just want to put this video out there. Hopefully that helps you guys. If you have this question, or you're looking to get into that top guild and you just can't do it, just keep plugging away, keep the grinding going, and eventually you'll get in there. That's, like I said, it's what I had to do. It's what a lot of people had to do. They had to work, gear, and then put your applications in and move forward. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and any more questions, comments, let me know.